Okay, let's take a minute to study trapezoids. And a trapezoid is kind of like a rectangle, but it has a couple of special things about it. Now, first of all, to recognize a trapezoid, you've got to see that you basically have a rectangle that has one side that happens to be quite a bit longer or shorter than its opposite side. Okay, so you can sort of see that this trapezoid is 9 units tall, but its bottom is quite a bit longer than the top. Okay, and that's all right. What we're going to call this is we're going to call this base 1 and base 2. And it doesn't really matter which one you pick as 1 and 2. That's arbitrary. Just pick one. Okay. Now, if we're going to calculate the area of this, what we're going to do is we're going to try to treat it like it's a rectangle. The problem is we know it's not exactly a rectangle. Now, if it were a rectangle, it would be very simple. We would take the base times the height, and that would be the area. But in this case, we don't have an exact rectangle. So here's how we adjust for that. What we're going to do is we're going to take the average of these base measurements times the height. And this works for any trapezoid. Now, I know the formula over here looks kind of different than that, but really what it is we take base 1 plus base 2, we add them up, and then we divide by 2. That 1/2 is really just taking the average of the two bases. And then we take that value, that average base, and we multiply it by the height. Okay? Now, if you don't remember why that is, this is a formula you can memorize. It's always nice to know where it comes from because then it's a lot easier to remember why it's there or put it together in case you forget. Now, let's see if we can put this calculation to work. Okay? So I'm going to write our area equals 1/2, and my height happens to be 9. And then I'm going to have a grouping that has base 1 plus base 2. So I'm going to have base 1 is 12 and base 2 is 8. Now all you have to remember is your order of operations here. We're going to take care of the parentheses before we do all the multiplication. So this right here becomes 20. I still have a 9 and I still have a 1/2. Okay? So if I put all those together now, 9 times 20 gives me 180, and when I multiply that by 1/2, I get 90 square units. Usually you'll see this in square feet, or square meters, or square inches. It depends on what the measurements are, but here it was generic, so I didn't really have a measurement to put. Okay? And that's all there is to calculating the area of a trapezoid. Be aware that sometimes you could have a picture like this, and it's turned sideways. That doesn't change how you calculate it. It's still the same formula. It's just now this would be base 1, this would be base 2, and this would be my height. Okay? You can always take these things and flip them around and turn them whatever way makes it easiest for you to see those measurements.